Pep Talk.
All right, and welcome back to the Be Positive Music Show. It's your host here, B+, and of course we are live right here on SiriusXM, channel 154 and Holy Culture Radio. We have made it to the halfway point of today's show, so let me get you caught up to speed with what you heard in the first 30 or 35 minutes or so of today's show. So I kicked off today's show with Good Lord. That's by Lecrae and Andy Mineo. That is off of Lecrae's Church Clothes 4 that dropped on November the 11th. And also on November the 11th, DJ Mike LV dropped Bodega, and the next song you heard was Lotto. It was off of that project. I started the show with those two songs just because those just might be some of my favorite albums of the year. I think I'm pretty sure to say that Bodega is my favorite mixtape of the year, and I'm really close to saying Church Clothes 4 is my favorite album of the year. Also in the running for that is, of course, if you've been following the show, 1K Few, his album As I Am. I've been a big fan of that album that just came out this year as well. So those were the first two songs that I played on the show. Then, of course, I had our recap rewind. We took a look at a classic in my eyes, I Can See Clearly Now by the Gospel Gangsters. I had a very, very good time, as you can tell, just kind of reminiscing and listening to that album. Just a perfect album just to kind of listen to on a week like this, Thanksgiving weekend, where you're kind of reminiscing and spending time with friends and family. So I kind of did that with that album. So that is the first half of the show, and now let's go ahead and get into today's pep talk. It's a little bit light, a little bit different. But if you've been following the show, if you listened to the show last week, we talked a little bit about of the minor controversy that was going on within the Christian hip hop space. People were talking about Christian hip hop being dead. People were talking about it being alive. But I kind of want to continue on that same type of wavelength. I do want to talk about just what Christian hip hop has meant to me just over the last few years or so. So I've been a lifelong fan ever since the mid 90s. But about 3 or 4 years ago, I got on Twitter and I started engaging within the Christian hip hop community. And that's what I want to talk about as far as me being thankful for this year. Christian hip hop community has meant a whole lot to me, just kind of getting my feet wet within Twitter, starting a YouTube channel, which blossomed. And now I'm actually talking into a microphone that's being played over SiriusXM airwaves. So that's just amazing to me. And I think it's just a testament to the people that I've met within Christian hip hop. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time and just naming out a few names, just because a very famous and very funny comedian once said that Twitter is not a real place. But I actually like to push back against that thought, just because I really do feel like if you use Twitter and if you use social media the correct way, it can be a real space. So I do want to shout out some people. I want to shout out Not the Same Podcast, C. Micah, and Rob Redeem. I also want to shout out obviously everybody here at Holy Culture Radio. I want to shout out a few more friends. Dead by Faith, he is with News Release Today. He does a whole lot of work on Twitter as far as letting people know what's new, what's coming out, and things like that. Anything new that I'm talking about, a lot of times I get it from Dead by Faith. You can find him over on Twitter at that handle, Dead by Faith. Also, I got to shout out the young guy, Bars and Beats. You can follow him by Bars and Beats Entertainment on Twitter. Shout out to him and salute to him. Man, who else am I missing? My homie Big Lank, he's out in the Twitter world. My guys over at 520 Collective, 7 from Adam. He is just a really good guy that I've met through Twitter. Big fan of Christian hip hop, big fan of boom bap. So I have him on my YouTube channel from time to time as well. Obviously the guys over at The Crew, they're a little bit righteous, a little bit ratchet, but I love them all the same. So shout out to them. And then I'll save one person for last, just because you definitely hear his music every single week on the show. His song is actually, or an instrumental from his album, is the intro and outro of the Be Positive Music Show. He goes by Mitch Durrell. He has a very dope YouTube channel as well, where he's talking about and just uplifting the CHH community. And his mantra is rap should be fun. So the next song that I'm going to play right here on the Be Positive Music Show is a song by that name, Rap Should Be Fun. It's by Mitch Durrell. This is the Be Positive Music Show, and you guys keep it locked.
All I know is the pride and the ego's gotta go. Some of y'all out here thinking there can be only one. I told you rap should be fun. Rap should be fun. All of us want a piece of the pie like dominoes. All I know is the pride and the egos gotta go. Some of y'all out here thinking there can be only one. I told you rap should be fun. Rap should be fun. As an artist, the hardest thing is to never quit. Pride is part of the heart of the game, it's like a pit. Never ending, depending on if you cut it out. There's no pending, descending right down the sinful route.